Okay, you and your friend are selling magazine subscriptions at a fundraiser. After W weeks, you have sold 3W plus 4 subscriptions, and your friend has sold 5W plus 1 subscriptions. Write an expression in simplest form that represents the difference between the number of subscription your friend has sold and the number you have sold. Okay, so a couple of things, and maybe I'm reading too much into this, maybe not. We want a difference, okay, so it means we're doing subtraction, okay, but they listed your friend first, so I would put 5W plus 1 because that was your friend's amount of subscriptions, and then you were second, so we're going to put you second at 3W plus 4 because that was the amount of subscriptions that you have sold after W weeks. Now this is just like an earlier question that we had, okay? We're going to take this negative sign and we're going to distribute that negative sign all the way through. And that's because they want it in simplest form. So when we do this, we're going to rewrite this and it's going to end up becoming 5W plus 1 plus, and then now this negative is going through, so it's going to be negative 3W plus, and then negative 4. So now we have this. We can combine like terms. 5W and negative 3W is going to be positive 2W. And then we have 1 and negative 4, and that's going to become negative 3. So plus negative 3. So we should be able to set it in like this. It might not like this plus negative here, but we can check. So we have 2W plus negative 3, and we have there. Good. Now, after 5 weeks, your friend has sold blank more magazine subscriptions than you. Okay. So, a couple ways that we can do this. If we're looking at the difference between our friend and us, then we just created an equation which will tell us after how many weeks, how many more they have, or the difference between us. So we should be able to put into the equation that we just wrote out here. So we should be able to say 2 times by the number of weeks, 5, plus negative 3. So we have 10 plus negative 3, which is going to be equal to 7. So this should be that your friend has sold 7 more magazines than you. Now, the other way that we can go about doing this, the second part here, is if we don't really remember how to get to our equation here, we can actually just plug in 5 to both of these things. We can say you at 5 weeks, we had 3 times by 5 plus 4, or 15 plus 4, which is equal to 19. And then we had your friend, and we'll say that that's going to be your friend, and that's going to be 5 times by 5 plus 1, which is going to be 25 plus 1, which is going to be 26. Okay, and we're looking for how many has your friend, so how many more your friend has sold than you. Well, that's going to give us our last piece here, that 26 minus 19, which gave us 7. So using the equation that we solved for prevented us from needing to find out what we had, find out what they had, and then subtract. We were able to just go right to our answer. All that being said, we can do this in a lot of different ways. Take your time, check your work, make sure that you know what you are doing.